To this point, if I've got too much to do in the intervention of half time, and then we haven't done our job in the lead in, so I believe really strongly that the power is within this group, and we need to empower them to go out and deliver. And if we need to kind of fine tune things in behind the scenes, then we'll do that, but certainly not when it's their time to shine.
Love that. And this season, you've ended up kind of being the hunters rather than the hunted for a change. And how's the group adapted to that?
Yeah, it was quite a nice feeling actually. I guess there's always pressure, but coming in and just being able to play our style of rugby and introduce some new ladies to game time, and they've done really, really well. And I think we've created a bit of a momentum, and we want to hold on to that.
Great stuff, Corey. Appreciate your time as always. We'll let you actually watch this match, and we'll do the same, in fact.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Corey Sweeney as New Zealand, well, a bit of strength to win that ball back. Some interesting insights there to this New Zealand team.
Yeah, such an impressive group of players across the board, and just got a shot there of Tyler King. It's a milestone moment for her this weekend, but one of the most impressive for a long, long time.
Bind. Set.
The New Zealand first real chance to attack here would be fed by Tyler King, all-time point scorer. Tanika Willison there. And Sheree Kaka, she's really stepped up the last couple of weeks, and she's releasing Blythe on the outside, and that's New Zealand's execution that we've come to expect. Michaela Blythe with the first try of the quarterfinal.
Well, the stats that popped up touched on the consistency, but the ruthlessness that they bring to the party. And Sheree Kaka, she's been hot this weekend, bounces out, just does enough to interest outside Irish defender, and then Michaela Blythe doesn't need any more room and any more opportunity. And that was never in doubt, her finishing that, Ricky. I know nervous moments for you watching on.
Well, she didn't quite have as much room as you thought, Eve Higgins, never giving up on the chase. And 5 points to nil, and there's Michaela Blythe, another one, 2:23.
That ability to work the combos in those pairs. So in that scenario, it was Kaka bouncing out, using her speed to get onto the outside, and then the winger just understanding the timing. And there's someone who understands the timing and how to play on the edge. Woodman Whitcliffe, what a servant to this Black Ferns squad.
As that ball's allowed to bounce over the sideline. I don't expect it to be anything major for Portia Woodman Whitcliffe, so maybe taking a cautious approach, which sometimes for a quarterfinal can be risky if you're being cautious.
Well, you do wonder that. I mean, she's adding value to the game and inspiring the next generation, which is good to see, as always. But you've got to say this Ireland side were faltering a little bit. Could have been picked to the post to this quarterfinal spot, so maybe they thought they could afford to do without her.
New Zealand again, it's King on the wrap around. The ball from Willison was superb. Oh! And Tyler King has somehow completely lost control of the ball and cracking herself up. Well, you can score all the points there are in the history of women's sevens, and sometimes it doesn't always go your way.
Well, it's a beauty of a set piece. It's a couple of touches for King. She gets it back on the wrap around. She's got too much open space. Maybe she scored too many points. She thought, nah. Sometimes all you can do is laugh.
Bind.
I think I just caught her say, what a gumbeat to herself.
I don't know what that means.
I'm trying to now think of a definition for a gumbeat. Yeah, bit of a... We'll carry on anyway, before we all get ourselves in trouble. Hopefully it doesn't cost New Zealand, because it was a wide open try line and an opportunity for Ireland.
Well, we're having a giggle, but that's a couple of moments there. They've coughed it up, and a bit of inaccuracy after saying they were so ruthless. And this Ireland team, obviously it's not that long ago they took home the trophy, and whilst they haven't quite emulated the same quality, Eve Higgins has been massive for them so far this weekend. 15 carries for them, 2 tries. And really lent on her in the absence of Lucy Rock and Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. And that's probably why they've perhaps not had that same firepower that we saw in Australia earlier this year.
Well, we talked about New Zealand being a hunted, having always been a hunted team. Ireland, by winning in Perth, put themselves in that category as contenders, as winners, and now having to live up to that every time. And they've got some problems here. Megan Burns is just going to get back good speed from the number 8 to get there ahead of Miller. They will check, and Miller is claiming one here. Sure, it looked like Burns got there first.
We're just checking the grounding.
Well, Burns won the race, that's for sure. But Georgia Miller, she's a wily operator. She's got a hand in. She's only gone and done it.
Tyler, you can award the try.
The sneaky hand gets in and puts it down.
I should have known better than to doubt her. Georgia Miller, she was adamant straight away.
Well, it's good line-out pressure. It's Puri Lane getting up and disrupting. And then Miller pounces, great kick through. And then just somehow sneaks a hand. Great footballing skills first up, what a touch. And then just managed to sneak an arm underneath. Great reach.
Just that tenacity she brings to everything she does. It's all 100%, never gives up on a chase, never thinks that she's beaten.
Well, here's a cliche for you, Ricky, but sometimes it is who wants it more. And in these games, it's knockout. You've got to come out hungry. Georgia Miller, she's feeding.
10 points to 0, minute and a half to go. The winner of this quarterfinal will play Canada, who've beaten France. 3 yellow cards for Canada. For France, excuse me, in that quarterfinal, really costly. Ireland have been camped down inside their own 22. As Parsons drags Miller with her, and then able to get up and go again, and Parsons has got plenty of speed. I don't think they'll be able to catch her from there. She has got all the gas Ireland needs when they needed it most. Baven Parsons stepping up for Ireland.
Well, this is really smart play from Baven Parsons. She gets tackled, and then she has the presence of mind to release, get up, pick up and go again. And there's no one in front. The doors are wide open and she bolts through.
She's just become an increasing presence in this Irish team. A superstar as a schoolgirl, made her test debut in the 15s team as a 16-year-old, bringing all that and more to the 7 stage, and all of a sudden it's 10 points to 7. The difference a try in front of the post makes.
Well, all the action was at the other end. And the New Zealand ladies were looking kind of comfortable, but coughed up a couple. We said, would that cost them? Would they rue those? And this is a tight ball game now.
It's a good kickoff from Higgins, taking on those duties. Tenacity there. Willison, and now across for Kaka. It's been a good combo, Kaka and Blyde. But this time, Ireland's defence stand tall for it. Here's Miller. And now into the hands of the captain, Pody Lane, going herself. Reese Pody Lane got Miller on her shoulder. Burns chasing again, but Miller again with that easy, effortless running stride. Pulls away from the Irish defence to restore an advantage for New Zealand.
Well, it's a bit of a classic Kiwi score, one way, then the other. It's the skipper with the incisive play and the lift inside. Great tracking from Georgia Miller, so smart, the timing just to pick up that offload line, and then the wheels to finish it.
The conversion is good as well. So New Zealand with a 10-point advantage at halftime in the quarterfinal. They lead Ireland 17 points to 7. That kick from Ireland is not going to go 10 metres, so straight away they'll hand possession to New Zealand on halfway.
It's key for Ireland when they do get possession. They're able to just penetrate that New Zealand defensive line that's coming up, shutting them down. New Zealand forever looking assured with ball in hand.
Here comes Willison for New Zealand. She's got Miller with her. Miller's already got 2 tries in this quarterfinal. She just goes to another level when knockout rugby is in the offing. Here she is again, working through the middle, goes with Willison. Willison looks back for Miller. Tried to step away through some traffic. Good defence from Ireland so far, nice and organised. King for Pody Lane. You see Pody Lane with her good footwork. New Zealand keep the ball alive. Here's Miller again. They're just pressing, looking for Tanetti. Little bit of hitch kick on the outside. Flirted with that sideline, kept herself and the ball in play. Tenacity, Ireland trying to get in over this. It is stolen, but Flood did
Entry.
so, yeah, not from the quite right position. It was good work initially from Stacey Flood.
Never onside.
Well, the ball was being kept alive and it looked so smooth from New Zealand in that
Scrum.
passage. Great little goosey underneath
Time
us, wasn't
off.
it? I loved a bit of that.
Subs.
Here it comes. Whoa, yeah, a little acceleration, does really well.
Subs.
The tiptoe down the sideline does
Spell.
Tenacity. Then a bit loose on the throw.
She's a great athlete, Kelsey Tenacity. Still
Time on,
relatively young in
please.
her rugby career, but came from a field hockey background and then waka armour paddling, where you have to have a big
Time on
old
her.
engine
Crouch.
to paddle out on the water.
Bind. Set.
10-point lead for New Zealand in this quarterfinal. Ireland no means out of it, and nor is Michaela Blythe. Can't keep her out of the action, bursting through a hole, and Michaela Blythe scores again.
It's such a great set piece from New Zealand. So much deception. Runners coming out the back, which opens the gap. You can see here, the runners coming around the back, creates the indecision. And then Michaela Blythe just slices straight through. She's sharp. Just so accurate. Really smart work from the set piece. First brace tries, there's something great about that.
That Kaka-Blythe combo is working nicely.
All right, time off.
There's the sugar highs are on their way. Where's all the kids? Just get
Time's
it
off.
into them.
Well, New Zealand are rolling pretty sweet right now.
Okay, time on.
24-7. Mahina Paul out there for New Zealand now. Ireland have got a mountain to climb. Things just haven't gone their way the last couple of tournaments, and they've got some cavalry sitting on the side, and Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe and Lucy Rock. Good tackle made by Teresa Setefano, one of the multitude of newlyweds this season. Here goes Eve Higgins, always just gives everything of herself, Higgins.
Look on.
Turnover for New
Over.
Zealand. Here goes Tenacity in open spaces. Boy, they pounced. Turnover, one pass gone, and Kelsey Tenacity scores.
Kelsey Tenacity into the party in this game. But so much of their play has been about their attack, and their scores have come from that, but this one's all about the D. Just no way through for Ireland. No chance of getting anywhere. New Zealand shut the door, the ball spills. Kelsey Tenacity takes full advantage.
Wow, New Zealand, this is dominant again. Powerhouse. Tell you what, that is a heck of an effort of balance,
Time off, please.
bit of strength, and some sales power, of course.
Have you had breakfast yet, Ricky?
77.
I mean,
Okay, thanks, Haley.
breakfast of champions,
All
that
right,
right
time
there. Manaya Nuku sends this off down to Higgins. New Zealand in complete control, but Higgins busting through, and as I say, always giving absolute 100% to everything. Look at the grit, but how's the chase for Kaka? Just dragged down 6 metres short of the line. Ireland looking for their second try, and it's there with Parsons, and she will be the one to get her second and Ireland's second, but put it down to the guts and work ethic of the number 10, Eve Higgins.
Well, that's a smart finish from Parsons. She was too strong in the corner, but it's all about this. Eve Higgins skips through a tackle, steps out, puts the hammer down. It's a great chase back from Sheree Kaka. She's looked fast all weekend, drags her down, and it's a loose pass out. Parsons scoops it up on the bounce, shrugs off a tackle. She's a strong finisher. Easy with the clapping.
Gentle with that one, Lee. Lee Murphy-Crowe. I hope that cast and bandage looks a lot worse than it actually is underneath it. Here is Baven Parsons, 18 on the series tries this season.
Time off, please. Subs.
It's an interesting thing, isn't it? You see someone in the sideline who's
21.
such a prolific try scorer. Other people have got to step up. I'm loving those shades.
I was going to say she's rocking those shades, isn't she? Emily Murphy-Crowe.
Time on.
31-12. There's some bright moments, though, for Ireland. As we say, it hasn't gone their way at all the last 2 weekends, but they're fighting. They are fighting for sure. Yep. Nice take by Kaka. Paul clears for New Zealand, in command of this quarter-final, on track to be facing Canada in the final 4. And Canada, they are coming at the moment, that young team. They are really pushing. Felix Hotham for Setefano. Now Paul again, good tackle made on her by Alana Fitzpatrick, the debutante this week for the Irish team. A nice little short ball from Ikanasio to Tenacity. Bumps off King, bumps off Parsons, eventually dragged down on the 10-metre line. Setefano again, that calming presence in the middle for Mahina Paul. She's got plenty of space, she's got plenty of speed, and she had the ball for Kaka, who couldn't hold on.
Well, they've left a few out there, actually, in this game, but it won't hurt them. 31-12 on the scoreboard. Oh, eight, nearly gathers.
Well, it was interesting when we spoke to Corey Sweeney at the start of the match. He said one of their 3 key words this week has been accurate, and by and large it has been, but those little ones will niggle away.
Fine.
I do wonder if they'll be hard on themselves after this. You think a team with high standards going into big games now, the rest of the weekend, they'll want to be better.
Time's up on the clock. Ireland will keep playing. They'll just want one more to finish nicely, but New Zealand on their way to another semi-final. Spinning it across. It's hard work again, more hard graft in the middle. Parsons working in close. She's the one with 2 tries, and now she's thrown this away. Oh, Tenacity with the catch, the spin, and the charge to the line. And Kelsey Tenacity will finish the scoring for New Zealand and launch them into another semi-final.
It's been a pretty smart operation from New Zealand in this game. Again, just no way through for Ireland and just forcing it in the end. Kelsey Tenacity jumps in for another one.
New Zealand through to the final 4 once more. An emphatic performance. They put away Ireland 36 points to 12. New Zealand will take on Canada in the semi-finals.